Okay, so the last method for solving quadratic equation is by using quadratic formula. Ito kasi, sabi ko nga kanina, hindi lahat ng trinomial pwedeng ma-factor or pwedeng you can use it by completing the square. Ito ang parang pinaka-safe gamitin, although you have to know the formula, no? And the formula is this: x is equal to negative b or minus b plus and minus square root. Kaya may plus and minus yan kasi we're using the square root. Plus and or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so tatandaan nyo palagi ito. Hanggat maaari sa bawat taas ng notebook ninyo, ilagay nyo to para tuwing meron kayong sasagutan. Ito na yung malilid nyo. Now, makikita ninyo may A, may B, may C. That is why, yung sa first lesson natin, lesson number 1, trinain ko kayo on how to get A, B, and C. Take note, yung A is from the quadratic term, which is x squared, no? Sa quadratic term. Yun yung numerical coefficient ng quadratic term. Ito lang. Huwag nyo nang isama yung x squared, no? So, yung number lang mismo ang ilalagay ninyo. Ganon din dito. Once na master na ninyo in getting the A, the B, and the C, kasi hindi lahat ng quadratic equation is in the standard form of quadratic equation, pagka nahasa na kayo in getting the A, B, C, then you can use this quadratic formula. No, but first, syempre, para makuha nyo yung A, B, and C, you must convert it into the standard form of quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Always equate it to 0. Kailangan 0 palagi yung nasa right side of the equation. No? Yung left side of the equation, yun yung trinomial. Okay, so let's have some example here. Kung makita ninyo, we have here x squared plus 3x minus 10. Yung A mo is 1. Obviously, wala kasing number. And then your B is 3. And your C is negative 10. Please don't forget the sign. Yung ibang mga estudyante nakakalimutan yung sign. Huwag yung kakalimutan yung sign. That is very important. Okay, so let's substitute now the values of A, B, and C to the quadratic formula. Okay, so we have negative b. Since your b is positive, so we have minus 3. And then plus and minus the square root of the square ng b, which is 3. And then 4 times a, your a is 1, and your c is negative 10. Okay, so all over 2a. So a is 1, so that's why 2 times 1 lang to. And then working it out, this is minus 3 plus and minus the square root of, so the square ng b is 9 plus to dahil negative times negative. Nakita niyo to, may minus dito, may negative number dito. So if you're going to multiply that, it will become positive. So that's going to be 4 times 10. That's 40. And then getting the square root of 49, kasi for 49 na to, no? So it is positive and negative 7. So there are two solutions therefore. One is if your 7 is positive. Ito yon. If your 7 is plus, therefore, negative 3 plus 7 over 2 is equal to 4 over 2. So the first solution is 2. Ngayon, kung minus naman 7, that's going to be minus 3 minus 7 over 2. That's going to be negative 10 over 2. Therefore, the second solution would be negative 5. No? Actually, kapag finactor nyo, mas madali nga naman pag by factoring, ito yung nasanay kayo by factoring. So, minus to, negative 10 yung last term, so that's going to be plus and minus. And then, ano yung factors ng 10 na kapag minus mo, will give you 3. That's obviously 5 and 2 lang, no? So, yung 5 nasa positive, dahil positive yung middle term mo, and then yung 2 nasa negative. So, x therefore is minus 5 and positive 2. Babalik na rin lang yung sign nito. Okay? So, this one. Okay po? Madali lang, di ba? Basta alam nyo lang yung quadratic formula. If you want to check, you just simply substitute the value of x. No? Substitute nyo lang that x is negative 5 and x is 2. Katulad dito sa compendium. Ito yung example kung paano chinek. No? Okay, let's, for example, second example, we have x squared minus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so substituting it, we derive at this answer. Dun sa compendium ninyo. Mapapansin ninyo, we have here 9 minus 4, the square root of 5. Kung naka-radical sign pa rin siya, so be it. No? Kasi, yung b squared minus 4ac mo will give you 9 minus 4. And 9 minus 4 is square root of 5. Wala namang, pwede yun sa cellphone ninyo, ay sa calculator ninyo, makukuha niyo yung square root of 5. But, hindi naman kailangan gamitin yung calculator ninyo. Just simply, nakaganyan lang siya. So, that means the solution would be 3 plus square root of 5 over 2 and 3 minus, no? So, may plus and minus kasi every square root. So, yan yung magiging solution. Dalawa yung solution. If you want to check, you can just simply substitute it. No? Pag na-substitute nyo, makikita nyo tama yung solution. Bakit ko pinapacheck sa inyo bawat solution? Kasi merong minsan, meron kang solution and it is correct, pero yung isa sa kanila is not part of the solution. Yun yung tinatawag ng extraneous solution, no? Equation pala. Okay, so let's have here the example. Okay, so dito sa example number 3, we have the equation 3x squared plus 8 is equal to negative 4. Sabi ko nga, you have to convert it into the standard form of quadratic equation. That's why it's going to be 3x squared. And then, ito, ilagay natin dito kasi dapat 0 dito, diba? So, magiging plus 4 siya. Plus 4x. And then, plus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, that's why your A here is 3. And your B is positive 4. And your C is positive 8. Now, substituting it here, kung mapapansin ninyo, yung dito sa loob ng square root, kasi 4 square is 16. And then, for yung 4AC mo, yung A mo is 3 and your C is 8. Pag minultiply mo, magiging 96. Kung mapapansin nyo, nasa negative siya, no? Negative 80. It is negative 80. Ngayon, yung negative 80, pwede mo siyang, yung square root of negative 80, okay, i-factor mo yung 80 in such a way na yung isa sa factor niya is a perfect square. So, we have 16 and 5. So, it's going to be negative 16 times 5. Okay? So, kunin natin yung perfect square na 16 pero positive siya. Kasi, this can be considered negative 5 times positive 16. Okay? So, yung positive 16, pwede mo nang kunin yung square. Total positive siya dito. So, the square root of 16 is positive and negative 8. Pwede mo na siyang tanggalin dito sa radical sign. Total perfect square number naman siya. Although, matitira is yung 5. So, but it is in negative. Okay. Kapag meron kang negative sa loob ng radical sign mo, then we don't have a solution here. Bakit? Kasi wala namang hindi considered real number ang square root ng negative number. No, it doesn't belong to the number line. Hindi mo siya malolocate. So in this case, this has no solution. So ito yung example ng walang solution. No, so since ang negative 5 is also the same as negative 1 times 5. Bakit ko finactor to as negative 1 times 5? It's because the square root of negative 1 is equal to the imaginary number na sinasabi natin. No, tandaan nyo to. Square root of 1 is equal to I. That is the imaginary number. So that means kapag nag-multiply ka na imaginary number, we have no solution. Okay po? So if you want, you can just read your compendium again for some more clarifications. Okay po? Okay na? Any question? Any more question? Wala na? So, meron akong pasasagutan sa inyo. Tawagin ko kayo, ha? Using the quadratic formula. I'm sorry. Where's the quadratic formula? Okay, para merong guide kayo habang sinasagutan. Okay, so here is the quadratic formula. Okay, so ito yung quadratic formula. Lagyan natin ng highlight. Ay, ba't ayaw? Okay. Ayan. Okay? So, ito yung pasasagutan ko sa inyo. Dictate ko na lang, ha? I'm going to call on, sino yung last na tinawag ko? Babae, lalaki? I think lalaki. Okay, so, may I call on Jasmine. Ira Jasmine. Ira Jasmine, nandiyan ka pa?
Ma'am.
Okay. I want you to solve using quadratic formula. Try mo, okay? Don't worry, i-guide kita. Okay pa? Okay, Jasmine?
Yes po.
Okay, so here is the equation. X squared minus 4x minus 21. X squared minus 4x minus 21. Okay, sinulat niyo na ba sa notebook niyo to, itong formula? Jasmine? Ara Jasmine?
Yes po.
Okay, so dito tayo. Tatanungin na kita ngayon. Okay, ano ilalagay ko dito? The first one is minus b. So, ano ilalagay natin dito?
Negative 4 po.
Minus negative 4. Kasi ito yung b mo, di ba? Negative 4. Sabi ko nga, don't forget to get the sign. Tama ba, Ira? Ganito yung naging solution mo?
Yes.
Okay, ano yung sunod? Ano yung sunod? Ano yung sa formula? Plus and minus, di ba?
Square root po.
Okay. So, ano dito?
4 po. Negative 4.
Negative 4. What?
Square po.
Okay. Square natin yung buong negative 4, no? Kasi it's different when we say negative 4 squared. Pagka ganyan, ibig sabihin, no, square mo muna to, tapos negative siya. So, importante, nasa loob yung negative sign, no? Saka mo i-square. Kasi yung mismong buong negative 4 ang ini-square mo. Dito, ang ginawa mo pagka ganito kasi, kukunin mo muna yung square ng positive 4, tapos ima-minus mo. Nagagawin mong negative, no? So, dapat nasa loob. Okay? Ara, what's next? What's next, Ira?
1 and 21 po.
Ano yung sunod dito after b squared?
Minus po.
Minus
4 po.
Okay, very good. Times
1 and 21 po.
1 and your your c is what?
21 po.
Are you sure? We have x squared minus 4x minus 21. Your a is 1. Kasi alamin mo muna yung ABC, di ba? Your b is negative 4, sabi mo nga kanina. And what is your c?
Negative 21 po.
Okay, negative 21. So, don't forget to put the sign here. Kasi kapag ka nakalimutan mo yan, mali ka na, no? So, please be very careful of this one. Kasi kung positive 21 yan, magkakamali ka na. Okay? So, dito sa baba, ano lalagay?
Negative 4 po.
Dito sa
For,
baba. All over. Yung sa formula.
for x po.
Ano to? This one. No? That's going to be 2a. So, that is 2 times, ano yung a mo?
1 po.
1. Okay. Yan. Okay na. So, let's work it. Ano yung magiging sagot mo dito? Negative, minus of negative 4 is? Jasmine? Ano na magiging sagot mo dito? Minus of negative 4 is? So, it's just like you are multiplying negative 1 times negative 4. No? You are multiplying negative to negative. Anong mangyayari? Magiging?
4 po.
Okay, magiging positive 4 na siya. No? And then, plus and minus. Okay, gawin natin yung nandun sa loob ng square root. Okay, what's this?
Magiging 16 po.
Okay, very good. 16. And then, how about this? Ano mangyayari dyan?
Maging negative 21 po.
Yung negative 21, meron ka negative 21 dito, di ba? And then, may
Yes.
negative ka rin dito. Ano mangyayari? Magiging?
Positive po.
Okay, magiging positive na because negative times negative will become positive. Now, what is 4 times 1 times 21?
25 po.
4 times 1 times 21. You are multiplying it. You are not subtracting here. This is 4AC. That means 4 times A times C. So, etong buong to, multiplication yan, no? Hindi, baka kaya mo nagawang 25 is because ang ginawa mo, minus 4 minus 21. That is not the case. You are multiplying here, not subtracting or adding. So, what is negative 4 times 1 times negative 21, magiging positive na siya. Kasi you're multiplying one negative and another negative. Kaya naging plus, sabi mo nga plus. So, what is 4 times 21 na lang? No? So, yun yung wino-work out natin dito. It is?
84 po.
Okay, very good. 84. All over, 2 times 1 is 2. Okay po? So, we have 4 plus and minus the square root of, what is 16 plus 84? 16 plus 84.
100 po.
Okay, 100. 100 is a perfect square number. So, pwede nyo makuha yung whole number ng square root niya, no? All over 2. Okay, can you please solve it now? So, we have 4 plus and minus. The square root of 100 is?
10 po.
Okay, 10. Very good. And then, divide mo sa 2. So, therefore, magiging dalawa yung solution ng x natin kung ang 10 mo is plus, no? So, we have 4 plus 10 divided by 2, or yung 10 mo is minus. So, we have 4 minus 10 divided by 2. Okay? So, your x here is 4 plus 10 over 2 is? What's your answer, Ira?
14 over 2 po.
Yeah. What is 14 over 2?
7 po.
Okay, very good. Or, what is 4 minus 10 over 2?
6 po. 6 over 2 po.
Are you sure it's 6 over 2?
3 po.
Yeah, are you sure it's 3? What do you think is your, ano kaya yung mali mo doon? Nilagay mo kasi 3.
Negative.
Yes, are you not sure with your answer? Di ba sabi ko nga, pag nagma-minus ka, magiging negative siya kung mas maliit yung first number. No? Parehong positive, nag-minus ka. Natural, ima-minus mo siya. Kasi pareho sila ng sign eh. You are subtracting both negative numbers. Kaya lang, mas maliit yung both positive pala. Kaya lang, mas maliit yung first number. That's why, magiging negative siya. So, yan yung magiging solution ng x, no? 3 and, negative 3 and 7. Okay, malinaw na ba sa lahat?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. Magtatawag pa ako ng isa pa. Okay, sino? Sa lalaki ulit. Sino pwedeng tawagin sa kanila? Meron na si Earl. Drexler, andyan ka?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Drexler, ito ipapasagutan ko sa'yo, ha? Sandali lang. Yung medyo may konting yung may decimal. Pinahirapan, no? 0, wait. Ito na lang pala. Mas maganda yung may fraction. If you are not sure with your answer, you can ask IPM nyo lang yung leader nyo, no? Ask help. Pwede kayong humingi ng saklolo sa leader nyo. 2 times x plus 1 equal to 16 all over x minus 6. Okay. Ma'am, paano yan? Anong gagawin namin dyan? Nasaan yung A, nasaan yung B, yung C? Then, convert nyo muna sa standard form of quadratic equation. Okay? Do you want to try? Drexler? So, if you're not sure with your answer, you can ask your leader. Sino leader mo?
Si Ethan.
Okay, 8. Okay, magaling si Ethan. Don't worry. The first thing is you have to get rid of the denominator, right? So what are you going to do to get rid of the denominator? Ay, oo nga pala. May sagot ka na, Drexler?
Wala pa po.
So, yung standard form of quadratic equation muna ang hanapin natin. Okay. So, demonstrate ko na lang kasi this is new to you. Sabi ko nga, actually, nagawa na natin to before. Kailangan palaging nasa standard form of quadratic equation. Nagulat kayo, meron tong denominator dito. Cross-multiply nyo lang yan. Total, wala namang denominator dito sa kabila. Cross-multiply mo lang yan dito. So, that means multiply mo yung x minus 6 dito. So, we have 2 times x plus 1. So, kung sino may sagot, pwede kayong sumagot, i-forward nyo lang sa akin. So, we have x minus 6. Multiply mo lang dito, sa kabila. Iakyat mo siya dito. Cross multiply, and then equal to 16. Okay. So, dito pa lang, pwede mo nang i-multiply. Dalawang binomial, i-multiply mo. So, that's 2 times, you have x times x is x squared. Okay? And then, x times negative 6 is minus 6x. Yan. And then, here, 1 times x, that's plus x. And 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. So, it is equal to 16. Wala pa sa standard form. Meron pa rin sa kabila, no? And kailangan pa nating i-distribute tong 2 dito sa loob ng parenthesis. So, distribute mo yan dito. So, that's 2x squared. Distribute mo naman din dito yan. We have negative 12x. Oh, wait. Pwede mo na palang pagsamahin to. Sorry. Pagsamahin mo pala muna yung like terms dito sa Hindi mo pa pala na natin to. No? So, we have, lagay natin yung 2. We have x squared minus x plus x is minus 5x minus 6 equal to 16. And that's going to be times 2. Okay, so distribute natin yung 2. Multiply mo siya dito. We have 2x squared. Multiply mo naman siya dito. You have negative 10x. And then multiply mo naman siya dito. You have negative 12. Then, equal to 16. Okay. Makikita mo, wala siya sa ax squared kasi merong kasamang 2. So, you can actually, all of the numbers here are divisible by 2. So, you're going to get the similar equation here. Divide everything by 2. So, we have here, x squared. Magiging x squared na lang to. Ito, magiging minus 5x. And then, minus 6 is equal to 8. Meron pa rin yung number dito. Anong gagawin? Lipat natin sa kabila. So, we have x squared minus 5x minus 6 minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, so ano yung final equation natin? Nagagamitin sa quadratic formula, we have x squared minus 5x minus 6 minus 8 is minus 14 is equal to 0. Okay, so yan. Yan na yung magiging equation mo na gagamitin sa quadratic formula. Your A therefore here, kunin mo na yung A, syempre it is 1. Your B is negative 5. As I've said, don't forget the sign. And your C is negative 14. Siyempre, huwag iiwanan yung sign. Dahil pag iniwan nyo yung sign, mali na kayo sa quadratic formula nyo. Kahit alam nyo pa or memorize nyo pa yung quadratic formula, if you don't have the skill in identifying your A, B, and C, then it's useless. Okay po? So now, sino nga ba yung nawala na ako. Sino tinawag kanina? Drexler, no? Drexler, are you still there?
Opo.
Can you please work it now using the quadratic formula? Pwedeng gawin mo na using the quadratic formula? Kaya mo na?
Opo, ma'am.
So what is going to be written here? Ano lalagay ko dito?
Minus.
Bakit 5 na lang? Bakit 5 na lang, Drexler?
Kasi 5 Parehas po minus.
Kasi ang B mo, okay, your A is 1, your B is negative 5 kasi, no? Negative 5 kasi yung magiging B mo. At yung C mo is negative 14. Okay? Ginawa na natin ito kanina. Lagyan ko na lang ng square, no? Para madali nyo makita. So, kaya naging positive, it's because yung minus B mo magiging minus, yung B mo is negative. Kaya magiging positive 5. Okay, very good, Drexler. And then what?
Plus
Plus and minus.
negative.
Can you please speak louder?
Negative 5 squared.
Ano pang ilalagay muna natin dito? Square root iho, no?
Square root.
Okay. And then, negative 5 squared, no?
Squared.
Yung buong negative 5 square natin. And then,
Minus 4 po.
minus 4
1
times 1. Sabi mo 1 times 1, ha? And then,
negative 4
times,
times
okay,
negative
walang
4.
times negative 14. All over
2.
2. Okay? Because it's 2 times 1. Okay. So, ano yung magiging sagot mo dito? Paki-compute mo na. Okay. Wait. Sige, para malaman, makita ng iba. Plus and minus. Tignan natin kung ano yung magiging sagot dito sa loob ng square root mo. So, negative 5 square is 25. And what's here? 25 what? Ano yung kasunod?
Plus 56.
Anong kasunod, Drexler?
Plus 56.
Plus
56.
56. Very good. Because negative 4 times 1 times negative 14 will become positive 56. All over 2, of course. Okay. So, alam mo na magiging sagot. The square, 25 plus 56 is
81.
81. And you already know what is the square root of 81. So, ano magiging sagot dito?
5.
Dalawang solution. Ha?
5 plus minus
5 plus and minus
81.
the square root of 81. So, what's the square root of 81 na?
9 po.
Okay. There it is. All over 2.
2.
So, ano yung magiging solution ng x ngayon? Dalawa na yan. Isang plus 9 at saka yung merong isang minus 9.
5 plus 9 over 2.
Yes?
5 minus 9 over 2.
Oo nga. So, what is 5 plus 9 over 2?
7.
7. And what's the other one? Kung minus naman yung 9?
Negative
Negative?
2.
Very good. Okay. So, panatag na ang loob ko na alam nyo na ang gagawin ninyo. Okay? Because sa inyong instructional support material, so ito yung sa factoring, no? Nagpa-factor ka. The next thing that you're going to do is, hanggang sabi ko, you have to answer hanggang activity number 6, no? Ito yung sa activity number 6. Ang maganda dito, nakalagay na siya sa standard form of quadratic equation. All you have to do is just put the A, B, and C here and then find the roots using the quadratic equation. Now, gusto ko may solution yung gagawin nyo dito sa activity number 6 with solution using the quadratic formula. Kasi madali lang kung iaano mo paano kung nalaman ko na ginawa mo factor, use the factoring lang. Mas madali kasi pag factoring lang, di ba? Ano nga ba naman yung factors ng 12 na pagkainad mo will give you 8. Obviously, it's 2 and 6. Ngayon, gusto ko dito with solution using the quadratic formula. Lahat kayo yung sagot ninyo dito sa activity number 6, it must be with solution. Lahat. Naintindihan? Do you have any more question? May mga concern pa kayo? So, ang sasagutan ninyo, yung lahat-lahat mula sa simula. So, from here, dito sa instruction ng support material nyo, except for this one, hindi ko na pinapasugatan to, you're going to start with activity number 2. Ito, yung iba may mga sagot na sila dito. So, you don't have to do this. Basta yung mga hindi nyo pa natapos, basta yung mga sasagutan ninyo is from activity number 2 hanggang activity number 6. Tignan nyo kung kompleto na kayo, no? May activity number 2 din pala rito. Basta hanggang from page 4 to page 7. No, page 4 to page 7. Ito hindi pa natin to gagawin. No, yung sa discriminant. We're going to discuss this next week. Okay? Okay na?
Ma'am, deadline po.
You can submit it to me next week. No, lahat 'yan. Madali lang naman 'yan. Ilang numbers lang naman per ano. May violent reaction dun sa deadline. Don't worry, may mga leaders kayo. Iga-guide nila kayo. Mababait naman sila tsaka magagaling din. O kaya, yun nga. So, kaya? Kaya next week? Kayang sagutan next week? Walang sumasagot. Anyone?
Kaya po siguro.
Don't worry, kung hindi nyo matapos next week, magbibigay ako consideration. Pero, syempre, mas mataas yung makukuha ng mga nakapag-submit on time, no? And, actually, hindi naman yan yung end ng first quarter natin. So, it's okay as long as hindi pa end ng first quarter. Yung nga lang, hindi ko kagad marirecord yung gawa ninyo kapag hindi nyo na-submit. So, any more question? May question pa regarding the topic? Baka nahihiya lang kayo. Wala na? So kung wala na, let's end our discussion for today.